We go with another simulated game. This time we bring to you Chicago Bears versus the Rams. Madden predicted a Tampa Bay win on the last simulation, and it was a close game just like this one. And let's see what happens with this simulation. Can Madden get it right? Right now they got the last win right. Score was a little bit further. You know, they had the Tampa Bay winning by 7. They actually won by only 2, and it wasn't as great, but here we go now. Another Madden simulation, Sunday Night Football. Chicago Bears over at the Rams. Let's see how Madden picks it and what Madden thinks is going to happen. Does Madden get it right? Is it really end the game? Here we go, guys. Enjoy the simulation. Have a good time. And let's keep going. We'll keep doing this. And if you didn't see the previous simulation, check it out. Now I'll leave it to Madden, and let's see what happens.
This is a Rams team with a lot of hope and a great roster.
Unfortunately for LA, though, one guy that won't be there, Cam Akers, with that injury. He will miss the entire season. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Henderson will try and run for the first. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Stafford looks to throw again. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Charles, Chicago's offense comes back out here, and as they do, want to ask you about what's going on there. 8-8 last year for the 2nd consecutive season. Did get into the playoffs, but lost in the wild card round. But this is one of those franchises, CD, it seems, where you're always talking about the quarterback position. Well, they get Fields, but now it looks like Andy Dalton is the guy. How do you see this playing out, and how long until we probably see Fields under center?
I love how you pose that, because you spend a lot of time in the Midwest, as do I. And anytime you talk to a Bears fan, it's always about the fact that they haven't had their franchise quarterback since. I mean, you know, a lot of people say Jim McMahon. Before that, you'd say Sid Luckman. I mean, they just have not had that person. Now they draft Justin Fields, and he's not going to start week 1. A lot of Bears fans are unhappy about that. But the staff wants to bring him along slowly. I don't think it'll be as slow as they expect. He creates big plays, and that only helps a really good defense if they get some offense going.
I just have to say that I looked up Sid Luckman while you were talking. He played from 1939 to 1950. So if he and McMahon are the two, I guess it's time in Chicago for a stalwart under center. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Robinson's got it, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Darius Williams in there to make the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Rams are going offense here for the 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this one,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he spots Henderson open left side. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
they want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Aaron Donald with a sack.
13.5 sacks in 2020, which tied for second in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Fielded at the 20. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And that's a first down for the Rams after the catch there by Robert Woods. And he's coming off a back-to-back 90-catch seasons. I've always admired his game. Throw it to him, hand it to him. He blocks downfield. A complete receiver that doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. From the 50 at Stafford. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Deshaun Jackson is now with his 4th franchise in his 14th NFL season, but this one, a homecoming a little bit. He grew up in Long Beach, so playing for the Rams seems like a natural. Picks up a first down with that catch there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Throwing again is Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing is Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
On second and goal, Stafford, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
For the Rams field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bears going to get one more possession.
So at the half, Madden 22 on PlayStation 5 has the game at 6-0 with 17 seconds left. A defensive-minded game. Only field goals being kicked by the Rams. Unless Chicago does something big here before the half ends, 17 seconds left, 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if they can do something in this time. Looks like they're probably just going to run it out according to Madden. But they have it as a defensive stance, only field goals being kicked. The half with 6-0. Let's see how close that is this Sunday. We still got the second half to go.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Dalton, 1st and 10. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First and 10 for Dalton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sean Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Dalton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Here's Dalton. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Well, we knew that Darnell Mooney could absolutely fly, but he was only taken in the 5th round out of Tulane because of his size. He ended up being one of the better late-round picks in the NFL last year. 61 catches on the season. There's another one there, this time for a 1st down.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Dalton. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So Dalton now. And he's got it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Andy Dalton. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. after the touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On first down, Stafford here. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, it's Henderson. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Rams on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, 72 yards. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. So minutes after giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight there on the other side, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing, Dalton. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And Dalton to throw. Completes a Mooney on the slant. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run with Montgomery. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Andy Dalton keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by 1. Just under 2 minutes to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now Stafford. A quick pass to Cup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Hey, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
Stafford now to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Stafford. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. To the right side, this is Henderson.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Rams ready to go on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Rams getting set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't one ready to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, it'd be up in the 300s right now. after the made field goal. Gay back out there to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they
And there we have it, guys.
exactly
According to Madden 22, they got the Rams winning a close one, 15-13. Look at some quick stats right here. Stafford. Rushing game was non-existent. It was a very much defensive game. Cooper had the big game. Robert Woods as well. And that's it. 15-13 Rams according to Madden 22.